everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I teach lessons from the textbook Indian Economic Development, useful for students of class 11th and 12th who are studying economics. And this is going to be the final video of chapter number 7, Employment. You can check out my channel where I have explained in the first video about the basic terms of employment. In the second video, I explained about employment and data of the Indian economy. In the third video, I explained about unemployment and its causes, and in this video, we will learn about employment generation efforts. So, without wasting much time, let's see the remedial measures for employment in the Indian economy. The first point or the first measure is to accelerate the growth rate of GDP. Whenever the GDP of a country increases, it means that all the three sectors, agriculture, industry, and tertiary sector, are performing well. And so, if there is at least 8 to 9% of growth per annum in GDP, it will definitely reflect in the employment. More and more jobs will be definitely created. The second remedial measure is control of population growth. First of all, the job creation rate must match the labor force, which means the number of people increasing in the economy should reduce. And for that, there is a need of awareness in the people, in families, especially in poor families. Third is development of the agricultural sector. As we discussed in the previous video, there are so many problems in the agricultural sector. There is a need for boost in technology. There is a need for favorable laws in favor of the farmer and the agricultural laborer. There has to be an increase in irrigation facilities, which will only then make sure that the agricultural sector develops. And if the agricultural sector develops, there will be more number of jobs created. The fourth point is encouragement to small-scale industries. There has to be a boost in finance. They are already facing a lot of competition because there is no protection. There has to be development in training and in management of the small-scale industries. There has to be subsidies in raw materials provided to them. There has to be proper infrastructure and also marketing facilities. So when all these kinds of encouragement are provided to small-scale industries, these are the ones which create a lot of employment, especially in rural and semi-urban areas. And this is going to help India a lot in the future. The fifth point is improve infrastructure. We have healthcare, we have education, electricity and transport, which needs a lot of employment. When the government gives more importance to healthcare, education, electricity and transport, we have the maintenance of these facilities, we have the construction of these facilities, and this becomes a huge employment opportunity. Just for example, when we increase roads, the construction of roads requires a lot of manpower, and also at the same time this will increase transport industries, more number of trucks, more number of drivers and related people. For example, we improve education and healthcare, we build hospitals and schools, construction people will get a lot of jobs, lot of teachers and doctors will be getting jobs, nurses and allied sources, allied infrastructure will also improve. And so this creates a huge opportunity, and this is what India needs right now. Moving further, we have special employment programs, which we have already studied in chapter number 4, that is poverty and poverty alleviation programs. In India, we have self-employment and wage employment programs such as Rural Employment Guarantee Program, REGP, for rural people, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana for educated rural youth, Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojana, Swarna Jayanti Gram Rozgar Yojana, Sampoorna Gram Rozgar Yojana, National Rural Employment Guarantee Ajoyan, etc. So it is necessary that these schemes have to be properly monitored and properly audited, so that whatever they promise, they have to deliver and they have to be accountable for the purpose of the scheme. These schemes are not just started for garnering votes. It is very, very necessary that these schemes actually provide employment opportunities. The seventh point is very, very important. It is improve employment exchange. Now, this is very, very prominent in foreign nations. Whereas in India, I am not sure how far it is successful. This is basically a government exchange. It's a government office where you go with your CV, with your resume, and the government will search the jobs for you. It will match the criteria and it will provide jobs for you. Which means, in case the government fails in providing employment, you will be getting an unemployment allowance. In foreign countries, this is still relevant, because there, if the government does not provide you jobs, finally you will be paid an unemployment allowance. In India, I am not sure whether this is successful or not. The last measure, the The next measure is creation of self-employment. In India, 52% of people are self-employed, and this is very, very important because self-employed people are the ones who create jobs for others. So they should be supported with proper finance, proper inputs and raw materials. They should be developed with managerial and entrepreneurial skills, and also marketing facilities should be added so that self-employment is created, and the self-employment further will create more opportunities. Continuing further, we have another remedial measure for employment, that is reform in education, which is the utmost need of the hour. Diversification of education is needed. We should not be sticking to only theory. We should have skill-based, technical-based, vocational-based skill. Our education should be connected with the ground reality that is happening outside in the streets. If there is no connection between what is taught inside the classroom and what is happening actually in the economy, then education is going to be absolutely useless. So there is a need for the educational system and its reform in India. The final remedial measure is manpower planning. Both the public sector, that is the government, and the private sector should plan out in every single institution so that they avoid disguised employment. Now, disguised employment is a very, very bad thing in the Indian economy because more number of people are employed than necessary, and this reduces the output and also increases the stress on the institution. The public sector and private sector should plan employment in such a way that it creates sustainable jobs which are able to sustain the livelihood. Right now in India, we have jobs which do not sustain the livelihood. People need secondary and tertiary sources of income. That is what should stop so that many more opportunities are created. So a quick recap of the remedial measures for employment in India. We have accelerated growth rate of GDP so that more number of job opportunities are created. We should have control in population growth so that there are less number of mouths to feed. We should have development in agriculture which will create more jobs. We should encourage small scale industries. We should improve infrastructure. We should have better monitored special employment programs. We should improve the facility of employment exchange. We should create more and more self-employment and self-employed people who will in turn provide further employment opportunities. We should reform the education system of India, and then we should plan our manpower in such a way, our human resource in such a way that we create sustainable jobs. With that, we come to the end of this video and the end of this chapter. You can have a recap where in my channel I have explained in the first video the basic terms, the second video employment and Indian data, third video on unemployment and causes, and in this video I taught about employment generation efforts. Thank you so much, and with that we complete chapter number 7. Stay tuned for chapter number 8. Thank you so much for staying tuned till now. If you found this video helpful and educative, please like, share and subscribe so that many more students may benefit from it. Thank you so much. Stay educated and stay safe.